Hello, everybody, and welcome to this live stream where I will be streaming live today. Yes. So, how is everybody doing? How was the week? How you feeling? Hopefully, you're feeling good. Um, I will start this little live stream here telling a little something something. Uh, oh my God, Caitlin, how you doing? I didn't see either one of you guys on Friday. Um, but little funny thing. So yesterday, I was like, I need to fucking relax a little bit. I know I'm going out of town next week, but I'm just like, it was getting really hot here. Like the weather finally warmed up. And I'm like, I'm just really needing something. And I'm like, shit, I'm going to be in the desert for a week. Why don't I go to the beach? And some friends of mine were going to go. So I just kind of hopped along with them, went to the beach, having a very relaxing day. I'm reading a book of poetry, laying on the sand. Everything's nice. The water's crashing on the shore, the whole fucking beautiful thing. It was packed, and it was a beach that I haven't been to in years, that I used to go to a couple times a week when I was a kid, which was crazy. Tim, what's going on, my friend? Um, but like right next to us, I mean, the beach was packed, but right next to us, there was a big party there that was having a gender reveal for a baby. And they had a ton of people there. Okay. And they let off the thing to say what the baby's going to be or whatever. Everyone starts cheering and everyone's getting all excited and shit. And then this fucking car pulls up in the parking lot that's right next to the sand and everything. And then people start yelling. And then I couldn't tell if somebody got out of the car and ran up to the party, or if people in the party got into a fight and then it like rolled out into the parking lot next to the car. But so these people start fighting. So what's the first thing I do? If you guys know me, what's the first thing I do when I see people fighting? Pick up my camera. I turn it on to try to catch this, because this is like, oh, this is what's happening right now. Got it. So I turn my camera on. All these people are like over by the car. There's a fight. I think by the time I get my phone on, the actual punching stops. But like within just a couple seconds of me hitting record, there's a fucking gunshot and everybody scatters. And I'm just sitting there like a dumb, stupid fuck, like watching this whole thing. People are fucking running. And one of the girls I was with was like, get down to the water, get down to the water. And she's like, nope, nope, nope. And she started like grabbing all of her shit. And then so her picking up all of her shit made everyone else we were with start picking shit up. And I'm just still sitting there on my fucking blanket doing this. And I'm like, what's going on? And a bunch of the people I was with, um, it's actually kind of funny that I think about it like this, but we were all different races. And I'm not trying to like turn this into anything like weird or political or whatever, but each of us were of a We were a very diverse group, let's say. And the people who weren't white were like, we got to get the fuck out of here right now. And I'm like, I think it's over. Like everyone's kind of running away now. Um, and she's like, do you see how many white people there are on this beach? The cops are going to get called. There will be cops here very soon. And I'm like, you really think so? And by the time I finish saying that, you hear the sirens coming. And so I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, do we go to the car and just like drive down a little bit? But like everything that was happening, my car was like in the crime scene because the car that pulled up right behind my car. So I'm like, okay, so are we just walking? And so we just picked up all of our shit and just started walking down the beach a little bit. And we walked down like I don't know, like 20, 30 feet, but like we walked past like maybe like 15 groups of people. Okay. And so the cops came, a couple people got arrested. There was like caution tape or crime tape or whatever the fuck you call it up and around for a few hours. So we didn't get out of there till really fucking late. But the thing that fucked me up through this whole ordeal, okay, was the group of people, okay, it was a black family, okay, that was having the gender reveal party, okay. They had everyone from little tiny kids to elderly people there. It was a big group, okay. And their kids were running all over the beach and stuff like that too. When this happened, okay, and the gunshot went off, I heard one of the mothers of the kids yell when everyone was like running because these two little girls were running across the boardwalk, like through everyone running away from the gunshot. And this mother yells, she says, get those white girls out of here and keep them safe. We don't want nothing to happen to those white girls. And I was like, that is really strange. She has kids. I've been watching her chase her kids around the beach all fucking day. Why would she say that? And um, my black friend who was with me said, you really don't know why she said that? And I'm like, not really. And she's like, because if those white girls got shot, this whole thing would turn into something a lot bigger than if any of those black kids got shot. And it was just so heavy because I knew she was fucking right. I couldn't fucking believe it. And I don't know. It like really fucking freaked me out. Like the whole thing was just really fucking weird. And the fact that there is a group of people who have been trained to make sure that nothing happens to certain groups of people as opposed to their own family is fucking heartbreaking. The whole thing's fucking heartbreaking. You know, fucking gun violence is fucking heartbreaking. But that whole thing fucked me up. They were there for a gender reveal for a baby in their family. And they were worried about if the two little white girls made it out of there okay. Fucking hell, man. So that was just really fucking heavy. And it was just like, I was trying to, yes, I did. They're having a boy. And it's funny because when they did the thing and they let the thing off and it was like a bunch of confetti and shit and blue smoke and everything like that. everybody was clapping, like not just them, like everyone around at the beach, like everyone was clapping and like hooting and hollering and cheering and everything like that. And then within 5 seconds, all that shit went down. So I'm like thinking like it was like, I don't know, uh, another lover or another baby daddy or the whole fucking thing, you know, like something crazy, like just the whole thing was fucking weird. But it was just like the whole idea of me going to fucking go relax somewhere and fucking like cut loose. And I was fucking telling them, I'm like, dude, I fucking live in central fucking LA, dude. I fucking come to the beach to fucking relax and get away from this shit. And fucking there's fucking shots fired and fucking goddamn cops fucking like locking my car up to where I can't fucking get to it, dude. Fuck this, dude. It's just so I'll have that footage in the next vlog I do. If anyone's fucking interested in that. But yeah, so that was fucking weird. That was just another one of those fucking things, man. So that happened, and then as you can see by the title of this live stream, I just did an episode of my podcast about poets and suicide, because I was looking at some shocking numbers, and I'm not going to get into a ton of it right now, but to give you guys um, the scoop on it. Poets are how do you say the thing? I don't know. They're 20 times more likely to commit suicide than people in any other profession. So like 1 in 5 poets commit suicide, and right now there's 5 people in this chat. So like judging by specifics and stats, I mean, like one of us will end up killing themselves, and that's fucking terrifying, and that's shocking, and that's heartbreaking. And so I just did an episode about that and about how to get help and all this other stuff. So I'm feeling all fucking like really like heavy, like shit, dude. But yeah, like the study was saying, and there's been a bunch of studies, but the study said like the American average for suicide is like 1%. Fiction writers and other artists are like 4%, and poets are 20%. And out of that 20%, women are much more likely to commit suicide than men. It's sad. So I just want you guys to all be okay, you know? So Tim's writing an essay. What's the essay about? JH, how you doing, man? And then the suicide just becomes part of the mythology surrounding the poet. Yeah, but you're not going to be there to like be excited about it. So what's the fucking point, you know? Like it's a story, not real life, totally. And I think it just hurts, like hits home a little bit for me for a couple different reasons. I've known quite a few people who've committed suicide, but I also know a lot of amazing poets, and I know more than 5. So that's scary. And a lot of those poets I know are women, and that's scary, you know. My feelings on the horror genre. Ooh, can't wait to read that. Yeah, let me see that when you're done with it, Tim, if you don't mind. I'd like to take a look at it. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to turn on the faucets over here. Um, it's kind of a sad thing. Hey Adam, can you rewind the stream? I don't know if I could get into all that again without getting like super teary. Oh, Caitlin, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of that brought up a bunch of shit for me. And some people that I care about that aren't here anymore, you know. It's just hard. But on a lighter note, um, JH talking about like the story, like building the mythology. A very close friend of mine said to me that they're like, we were talking about suicide. This is a while ago, and it wasn't about anything like this, but just about like how we think we're gonna die and all this stuff. And she says to me, she's like, "Yeah, when I think of you dying, I think you're going to throw yourself into a volcano and film it." And I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of dramatic." And she's like, "Yeah, like I think that's how you would do it if you were going to do it." And I'm like, "Jesus Christ, I don't even know where to find a volcano, let alone fucking have to fucking climb up it and then fucking fall into it. Are you fucking with me right now? That's a lot of fucking work, dude." Oh, shit. So, that was pretty funny, but whatever. Anything for subs. Dude, guys, I will do anything for subs. Let's just talk about this for a minute. No. But you know what's funny? I noticed that like over the last couple weeks I haven't been putting up as much content. So maybe you guys can be like my focus group here. Let me know what you think about this. I haven't really been putting out a whole lot of stuff, but my sub count is actually higher now than it was a couple weeks ago. And for like the ninth time in the last 3 months, I've gone over 1,700 subs. And so now me talking about it means I'll lose 20 subs today, but that's fine. Um, but the funny thing is, like my sub count, like the actual like ratio or however YouTube does it, is not as much. Because like typically on any given month, I will like gain 30 or 40 subscribers and lose 25. And so like that's how my numbers go. And like the last few weeks, it's been like I've gained like 17 or 18 subs and lost 2. So that's like I'm like, "Oh, that's impressive." And maybe it's because I'm not putting out as much stuff. Maybe the more content I put out, I'm giving people more opportunities to remember their sub to me for them to like unsub. So that's pretty funny. What do you guys think? More content, less content, or am I doing enough content? Yeah, YouTube does remove inactive accounts after a certain amount of time. I don't know how long it is. And then like if someone closes a Gmail account and that Gmail account is connected to a YouTube account, like then that happens too. But yeah, I don't know how often they clean their clock, if you know what I'm saying. But that is something that is going on. What else is I gonna say about all that shit? I'm not gonna talk about that shit anymore. Um, Angry formalists are hate subscribing to you to keep updated on your opinions so they could keep staying angry at you. Oh, Adam, classic. That's funny. You know what cracks me up? I have actually found out that there are quite a bit of formalists who are hate watching me and stuff. And they don't talk about it. Like they don't like leave comments or do anything like that, but they bring it up in other chat groups and stuff like that, like the things that I'm saying. So that just it makes me laugh, dude. It's funny. Caitlin says, I can't comment on more or less content. I had a rough few weeks. Oh no, did you? I think everyone did. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't mean to like go, oh, the world must revolve around me and Caitlin. We both had a couple rough weeks. So blah blah blah. Um, but yeah, Bunny says, I like when you have lots of content because I love yo face. Oh, that's the sweetest thing that someone said to me in the last few minutes. That was nice. Thank you, Bunny. I miss your face. Um, Rough few weeks is, and I wasn't online to witness that the content went down. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Oh, and everyone who, and I said this on the stream on Friday, but I'll say it again today. Everyone who contributed to the Winner Your Mom's Taught Me Prize for Poetry campaign, I sent out your copy of Runner Up this week, and all orders from the last 2 weeks went out, and all of the Blood Rag contributor copies went out. So if you fall into any of those categories, be ready to receive something from me. For those of you who are in the continental US, there will be a tracking number that I will be emailing out to you, so you can find out when you're going to get it. Let's see. Adam says, I would watch more content if you made more content. Sweet. All right, cool. Oh, Caitlin, the one about me being a kid at the grocery store. Dude, it's so funny. And I know I talked about it on here before. Like, I was supposed to write an article for Bookworms about the decline of the horror mass market paperback. And all right. And about like how like there used to be a lot of companies that put these out, and they used to be everywhere, like drugstores, grocery stores, whatever. And it turned into this like super nostalgic, like what it was like when I was a kid to go to the grocery store and like all the shenanigans I would get into in the grocery store and shit. And I was writing all this stuff, and I remember I sent it to Regina, and I'm like, "Hey, Regina, like I know um, you only wanted 1,000 words, but like I'm at like 1,700 words, and I haven't even started talking about the books yet." And she started cracking up, and she's like, just send me what you got and like I'll see what like I could do. And then I don't remember how many words she cut out of it, but she cut some words out to get it down to a manageable thing for the zine, but that zine came out wonderfully. It is such a beautiful, cool fucking zine. I love it. And hopefully, when I get back from my little trip, I will be talking to everybody who I'm going to be talking to about the Bloodshed Review zine and talk about that. Adam says, also, I got Bunny's Potato Manifesto, and it was also beautiful. Oh, yeah, you are actually pretty close to me, so mail probably got to you super fucking fast, man. That's awesome. Oh, Bunny, I forgot to tell you, if you're still here. I think I'm out. I think I have sold out of the Potato Manifesto. I will check again. I will check again and see if I have any. I don't think I do. I think that was the last copy. I'll check, but there wasn't any more in the drawer that I had yours in. But I remember seeing one somewhere else in the apartment, so that might have been mine though. But yeah, I will check. But yeah, so Bunny, good job. First out of print chapbook. How's it feel? Oh. So I'm gonna have to actually get on Etsy and do that, because also because of the crowdfunding campaign, I have a bunch of chapbooks that I need to change the quantities of for Etsy, or else I'm going to be selling chapbooks that don't exist. Let's see. You're a sellout now. It feels wonderful. I'm so grateful that you put it out and people got it. Yay. Oh, and then this, Me as an Action Figure, my new book. I'm going to put it up today. I was going to do it before I started the stream. And then you know what I did? This is crazy. I forgot. So I just forgot to put it up. But yeah, dude, that paper is sick. Metallic gold. Unbelievable. Like, I was trying to find an antique yellow. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Masters of the Universe, like He-Man figures and all this stuff. If you are my age, you will know what I'm talking about. They come with a mini comic when you would buy them. And the first series of mini comics, they were different than everything that came out afterwards. So they were more like little picture books than actual like comic books. And the inside the book, in the middle of the book, instead of it being like how in later mini comics, they on the back they would just have 6 figures, like figures you can get and everything like that. On the inside, it was like a yellow scroll with like just like outline illustrations of the figures that you could get. And I always loved that look. And I'm like, oh my God, if I'm going to do it like this, I want to have that same kind of look and that same kind of paper and everything. And I didn't get the exact kind of paper because, again, I'm ordering paper online. So I'm guessing what things look like color wise. But I think that actually looks cooler. Like, because when you get that in the sun, it like glistens and looks like a goddamn fucking foil wrapped something or another. So I'm very happy with how that turned out. So those will be going up on Etsy today. Yeah, Bunny, we need to talk about that because next month me and Bunny are doing a double book or a split book where half of the book is my stuff and half of the book is Bunny's stuff. We got to talk about the cover and how we're going to do that. So when I get back from my trip, We need to set up a time to go over all that stuff. Tim, how's your book doing? Like, are you selling it? Did you give them out? What did you do with it? Adam, this is such a fun question because I do have some kind of weird OCD habits. But Adam says, do you have any weird OCD habits on color codings for the covers of your chapbooks? Like you refuse to do two primary colored books back to back, for example. This is really funny because I never thought that I did have anything like that. And then I was like looking back, like over it, like just how I've done stuff my whole life. And like when I was doing Creeperson, like Creeperson always had to be monster green. Like that was like my super lime green color. Um so like it was for those of you who are into RGB, it was 00FF00. Like everything had to be that color. Everything there had to be that color in there somewhere. Like that was just how it went. And then when I was doing the murder cult, like everything had to be black and white monochrome cutout, like looking like a Xerox. Had to be like there could be no color in it. That's how that had to go. When I was doing oh, you think that's specific, dude? The other thing was I'm like, if there's gonna be any other colors in this, it needs to be super hot pink. So FF00FF. So that's that. And if you want to use a 000000 black, that's fine. But like, yeah. So it's super specific. um and then when I was doing my acoustic stuff, everything was color coordinated. Like the Skin Slip album is red because I see red when I hear that music. The Goodbye Hope stuff is different shades of blue because I feel blue. I hear blue when I hear that music. Um, I have a pink one, a brown one, a green one, and these have never come out. But like I have them written and ready to go if I ever want to record them. I have like these color coded albums. And I didn't even realize I was doing this until quite recently. As far as the chapbooks go, I don't like to put colors out that are too similar. And back in October, I did ash and brown back to back. And I got really irritated by it. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this looks like shit. I should not have done this. Oh my God. But that was the cardstock I had. And I think what was worse than that was actually I did orange for the Panic book. And then and that was a book of short stories. And then the next month, I did 13 Miles South of Hell, which was also orange. But the thing with those two was that the orange I had for Panic, I used that color because that was the only color I had left of this big stack of cardstock that I got. The color for 13 Miles South of Hell, I wanted like a burnt pumpkin. And when I looked at the pictures online, it looked a lot different than the neon orange that I was using for Panic. And then when I got it and it came, it looked exactly the fucking same. And I'm sure if you looked at it, you could see the difference. But I'm like, this looks exactly the fucking same. And I was mortified. So, with that said, I do try to mix up the colors quite a bit. And since I've been trying to kind of up my game, like I'm trying to use like different kinds of cardstock and different kinds of paper to like really make it different. So like if I have in February I had a mirrored cardstock, and now I have a metallic cardstock. Like I'm trying to like also change elements in the paper too. Let's see. Slime green and hot pink. I dig it. Very Misfitsy, I think. Totally. Especially if you look at, I guess probably Walk Among Us had the either, was it, no, that was a dark pink outline and then a pink background, but on different versions they changed the background. But yeah, oh my God, not to derail this stream too much, but do you associate musical keys with certain colors, like E major with violet, A minor with scarlet, or something like that? I don't know if it's that specific. I've never even thought about it before. There's just certain musical sounds that like play as colors in my head. Somebody said a while back it was called like synesthesia or something like that. Deborah, how are you doing? Um, let's see here. We can never quit life. Oh, Deborah. I've had I've had a few friends take their life. It's gut wrenching. It totally is. It totally fucking is. Oh, thank you for sharing. It's hard. It's really, really hard for sure. Oh man. Sinus. Oh. JH, you really expect me to be able to pronounce that word? And how many A's did you put in that? Jesus Christ. I don't think you're spelling things right. A friend of mine with perfect pitch also had a color thing. Really? Yeah, I don't know much about it, but like, because I didn't think it was anything. Like, I never thought, like, oh, I must be different because I see colors when I hear sounds. And then at the same time, I just thought everybody did. Like, I didn't know it was a thing until I just started. I think it was around the Skin Slip album when I put that out. Somebody brought it up and it just like blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God, that's a thing. I added some A's for good measure. Yeah. You added some A's and then an A minor there at the end with an A7. That's awesome. Oh man, I'm still all with all that stuff. So anyway, so yeah, so that podcast episode will be up probably like somewhere in between Tuesday and Thursday. Oh, and I put one up today if you hadn't seen it yet, about crowdfunding. And I was trying to like kill two birds with one stone kind of thing. I'm like, look, I'm going to do a vlog right now. Maybe I could even record a podcast while I'm going to my physical therapy and all this other shit just to try to like see how much stuff I could get done. Cause honestly, like I don't have my brace on right now. But doing the brace makes it really difficult to do things around the house. So when I'm up around and doing stuff, I'm supposed to have the brace on. When I'm sitting down, I'm not supposed to have the brace on. But because of how long it takes me to get things done now, like I'm trying to like multitask. So anytime I can do something, I'm trying to do it. Chill baby, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, also, for those of you in the Anarchy crew who want to have your poems in the next Poetic Anarchy volume, please get those to me. So, any poems that you've written since you've been doing this stuff are eligible for this. and just like give me 10 if you got 10, and I'll go over it. If you have more, send me more and I'll pick 10 out of them, kind of thing. But over the last couple months, a lot of projects have been falling by the wayside, and I'm really trying to get everything cleared out and done so we have like a clean slate for the summer, because there's a lot of cool shit I want to do with you guys. So I know I have Bunny's poems, and I think I do I think I have Shaylin's poems, and I might have Mindy's poems. I'm not 100% on that. I'm gonna have to go back and look. It's been a bit since I looked into that, but yeah. Oh, I see something has slowed Matt to the productivity speed of a normal person. How dare you, Chill Baby? Take it back. Nothing will deter me. No. Oh God. How dare you? That is just awful. I'm just joking with you. That's cool. But yeah. So anywho, that's what's going on. Yeah, you can. Yeah, send what you want, send what you got. Yeah. But also just keep in mind that it's probably going to take me until the end of the month, or like the end of next month, before I actually have the finished thing together. So send me what you got, and if you have more by the time it's done, when I say, okay guys, this is the deadline, you could send more at that point if you want. And again, none of this is that you have to do this, guys. It's just if you want to be included in the book. And if it's stuff that you've had printed elsewhere or published on your site or anything like that, that's fine too. Like, I'm not going to be precious about that kind of shit. You're only a one-man operation. Take your time. I will take all the time I need. No, I won't. What's up with the Anarchy volumes? Where does the money go? Where are they sold? How many of them do you sell usually, etc.? Here's the thing. They really don't sell very well. Most of the people who get them are people who were in them, and they probably buy some for I don't know, like their family and friends and stuff. I wanted to do something. No, I got yours, buddy. I got yours, buddy. I've been wanting to do something where we do like a profit sharing thing, if that helps people push it, kind of thing. But like the books sell for $9 to $12. Amazon takes like 5. And I think the first book sold like 12 copies. And that, I'll have to go back. I just did these numbers for something else I was doing, but I have to go back and look. But the first one has sold the best. But also that could be because it's been out as long as it's been out. So I demand my percentage of profit. Yeah, and I don't mind giving you that ridiculous percentage of profit there if you want it. So, but yeah, I think I was just talking to Bunny about this the other day. Can't remember who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody about this over the last couple weeks. That I would really like to start doing like contracts when we do stuff like this. So you guys know what's expected of me, and I know what's expected of you, and we know what's expected of everybody, just to like keep everything on the up and up kind of shit. but I just have never done that. Is the idea to sell them as a set one day? It would be, I don't know if it'll ever be sold as a set, because they're kind of big. Um, but the idea, like, because right now, honestly, like poetry is not a big seller on Amazon. Okay. Um, but I know how important it is for people getting their Amazon author page up and running. It's kind of like a badge of honor. It's kind of like a resume builder and shit like that. So putting those up on Amazon is just easy to do, and it doesn't like really cost any money. It just costs time on my part to actually do that. Um, but I would like to not have them on Amazon if that was something that I can do, because it just, I don't know, like I'm so hot and cold with Amazon. Like it would be great if like Poetic Anarchy Press got to a sustainable model enough to where like the press can just pay for these books to be printed and all this other shit. But like right now, like it's not feasible. And the way the numbers are for those books, like, don't really show me that it's like a good uh business model to do that. But I think it is important for young poets and new poets to be able to have published work, because that's such a huge thing when you're submitting to other places. Is poetry a big seller anywhere? um, yes and no. It's a bit. Here's the thing that's funny. It's a big seller if you either became famous or built a following doing something else and then did a poetry book. Like there's a lot of people who like are like YouTube celebrities, like who have big YouTube channels, who then decided to write a book of poetry because somebody like Simon and Schuster shook a bunch of money at them and said, "Hey, let's put out a book of your poetry." And they're like, "Okay." So those books sell well. Insta Gabby Hanna, that's a good example. Perfect. We will make you the next Rupee Kaur, Matt. That's the whole goal. If I could be the next Rupee, then that's all. No, I'm just kidding. But that was the next thing I was going to say, is that like Insta Poets, if you can build a big following, ridiculous. If you could build a big following, then yes, your poetry will sell. Now, I think one of the things that makes makes poetry different than fiction is that with fiction, you can write in a genre. So, like, if it's like, oh, I write military sci-fi, okay, and other books who have been written in the military sci-fi genre, they follow these steps, and the cover has to look like this, and if I do these things and then pay for a BookBub ad to do this, my book will sell well, and I could build my mailing list and the whole thing. Poetry is one of the only genres that I could think of that if you start following tropes that have been popular with other people, your popularity wanes. Like with any like romance books, like there is a very cookie cutter way to write that book. Okay. If you are to look at Rupee Kaur and go, oh, all I have to do is do blank, 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 blank. Like if you use that same mentality in poetry, it doesn't work. And if you don't believe me, look at what other like of the big five has been putting out as poetry. The book covers look exactly like Rupee Kaur's book covers. They don't sell as well. The poetry itself is very similar to Ruby Kaur's poetry. Doesn't sell well. The title of the book will be like how like milk and honey. It'll be like, I don't know, pancakes and bacon, and it will not sell as well. Okay, so poetry is such a weird genre that like things that will work for every other genre do not work with poetry. And to me that's exciting because it's like, oh my god, what can I do? Like what's the next thing that's going to happen? And like you try to come up with ways to like, from a publisher's standpoint, it's fun. It's scary as fuck, and it's scary to like put a lot of money into a project when this is happening. But like, like here's something I learned. I overestimated the importance of a picture of me on a toilet. That's something I learned in the last couple months. Oh my god. Let me see here. Oh, and I'm gonna say something else. Remind me. I'm gonna cross my fingers so I remember. Okay. I never thought of being in it as a way to authenticate myself. Um, Let me see here. Really? I thought those people were made fun of. All those people are made fun of. But there's a difference between being made fun of and making a company money and showing that you are someone who can turn a profit. There are tons of people who could turn a profit that most people talk shit on and think are jokes. But at the end of the day, motherfuckers are making money. And what usually happens in these cases, those people who get made fun of, and I was just talking to Bucks about this, I think. I don't know if I think the future is going to be a lot nicer to Rupi Kaur than we are right now. We are here right now seeing Insta poetry in real time, and it's a joke to a lot of us. And a lot of the stuff that's being put out is trite. 100 years from now, people might look back at this moment and the rise of Insta poetry and the rise of Insta poets, and people might look back on this time how we look back on like the Beat Generation. That blows my fucking mind. Because like right now we talk about the Beats like it's like this iconic godlike group, but in the 50s the Beats like were not like talked about like that. It was like, oh yeah, there's these guys here doing this thing. But now it's like, oh, dude, watch when you guys are fucking 80 years old. See what people think about Insta posts. Remember this moment, guys, and go, oh shit, I'm 80. Let me think about that. Let's see. Oh, a rich famous person suddenly a poet. Yeah, people make fun of those, but you know what happens? All their fans go and buy those books. And if you have a fan base, it doesn't matter what people on the outskirts think of you. Dude, kind of like how Adam was what was it alluding to earlier. There are a lot of people who hate listen to me and hate watch my videos because they're formalist poets and shit. Um, and they make fun of me and don't like me and the whole fucking thing. But that's cool. I don't care because I'm not writing shit for them. I'm writing shit for you. You know what I'm saying? Um, we need more Aquarius poets. I'm coming, baby. No, dude. No more Aquarius poets. We need more Pisces poets. Pisces poets unite. Come on. Um, Poop and Pee by Matt Wall. I hope not. Let me not use that title. Although I do like the alliteration. I'm not going to yell. Cringe plus 10 years equals an aesthetic. Oh my gosh, put that on a fucking t-shirt. Okay, we have the title of Adam's next chapbook. Cringe plus 10 years equals an aesthetic. Oh my god. Uh I'm not unpopular. I'm just serving beat poet realness. Oh shit. Fucking hell. Okay, let me make another cigarette. And oh, and I was just going through this book again because of the podcast, On the Walls and in the Streets, American Poetry Broadsides from the 1960s. I still don't like this book, but it's the only book that I have ever come across that has the information in it that it has. Just James D. Sullivan's um, opinions and commentary on the history that he's looking at, I just think is awful. I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up, dude. But the information in there is great. It's just, again, the commentary is just like, makes me want to fucking vomit. I hate when people try to, like, it's almost like they're fucking like metaphoring things to death to the point where like they're like, oh, in order for me to explain this very easy thing to explain to you, I'm going to have to use a metaphor that doesn't really work, but I'm going to really lay into it and for a couple paragraphs to really paint the picture for you to be able to understand this very simple thing to understand over here. I'm going to give you a very complicated metaphor to explain this very easy thing. It's just like, you've got to be kidding me. It is like the absolute worst way to do that. I hate it. Let me see. Where was the question I wanted to come back to? I had my fingers crossed and I uncrossed and I forgot. Oh my God, where is it? Oh wait, is poetry a big seller anywhere? I don't know if that was the actual question that I was thinking about. I don't know. As far as poetry being a big seller, I don't think really anything is a big seller unless it's erotica, like erotica and romance. If you are wanting to just be a working writer and you just want to write and make money, romance and erotica, and you're good to go. Like, understand the genres and know how to write them. And you can, like, basically right now, you can do no wrong. Especially if you find a niche like, I don't know, like shape shifting werewolf or lesbian bondage, anything like just whatever your subcategory is, you can do really, really, really well. But like horror doesn't really sell that well. It sells better than poetry, but it doesn't sell that well. Mystery, depending on what kind of mystery, cozy mysteries sell really well. Hard-boiled detectives do not sell very well. Okay, there's a market for it, and if you could tap into that market, then you're good. And like that with poetry, if you could tap into a poetry market, then that sells really well. But the big plus about Amazon is that Amazon, if you do everything right, Amazon will sell your books for you. Like, if you make it so easy for the Amazon algorithm and the fucking robot to do the fucking thing, they will fucking do the thing. And you have to do very little to promote your book in order for your book to do well. With poetry, for some reason, the Amazon algorithm just is not a fucking thing. Like, nothing really works with the Amazon algorithm when it comes to poetry. I don't know what it is. You mentioned in a poem and runner up that you read some popular poet who was overly metaphorical. Just out of curiosity, was it Wallace Stevens or Hart Crane? No. Let me try. Who was that? Was it John? It might have been John Ashbery. I'm remembering the day when I wrote it, and I could like see myself at my desk back there, and I had the book in my hand, and I was reading it, and I was so irritated and frustrated, and I'm like, I got to write a fucking poem about this, and do that thing. Let me see here. Crime fiction. It's the biggest thing over here. It depends on what it is. Romance dwarfs it here. Erotica dwarfs it here. Mysteries, depending on what kind of mystery it is and what the new hip thing, because courtroom mysteries, like courtroom type things, those were really big for a while. And then it went to, what was the next? A courtroom, and then it went to, like there was a period where religious mysteries were really popular. But most crime mysteries end up falling under thrillers here, I think. I think that's a more popular genre term for them here. But yeah, cozy mysteries are always like, if you have a cozy mystery and it's like a woman or a group of women or a group of friends, if there's a dog or a cat or a parakeet or some animal involved in it somehow, especially if they have like a book club or something like that that they're a part of, like things like that do really, really well. I'm going to ask you a question, Dat Man. Did you like read my notes on something? Do non-poets read poetry? I've been sitting on a video / podcast idea because I don't know if I want to do just a short video on it or actually do a podcast about, do non-poets read poetry? Because I heard this dude speak. Can't remember if it was an actual video or if it was like him speaking somewhere and someone was filming it. But he did this whole thing about who reads poetry. And I had huge issues with a lot of the stuff that he was saying. Overly metaphorical. I think it was Chill Baby 5000. I don't think it was. That's okay. That's okay. Caitlin says, I'm a non-poet and I read poetry. Woo! Look at Caitlin. Bucking the norm. Bucking the norm. Bucking the norm. Meow! Bucking the norm. Let's see. I'm a non-poet and I can't read. Brian, what's up, man? Sorry I haven't commented. I was listening while prepping fried chicken. Man, I wish I was prepping fried chicken right now, dude. I am leaving. I'm debating on if I'm gonna leave Monday and camp in my car and stuff for a night, because that was what I wanted to do originally. But then like I found this amazing little place that had a pool and a hot tub, and I'm like, oh fuck that. Like I definitely need to do that. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna do it because like, it's so weird that you said it, and you said it in exactly the way the speaker asked the question. The speaker said, do non-poets read poetry? And I was just like, and I'm like, wait, was he the one who said that? I'm like, oh wait, no. That's funny. But yeah, so I'm debating on if I'm gonna go out Monday and then like go to my property Tuesday morning and kind of like survey it and just see what's going on it, and like cook some lunch or something out there before I go to the Airbnb. But I don't know. I might wait until Tuesday and just go and get in there. Um, well, my car, it probably is bad for my knee, but my car, I don't have a back seat in it, and it's a Honda Element. If you guys know what those look like, and the whole back, like right now, it's full of books actually that I need to go take to my storage unit before I go. But I have like a bed back there, and I used to have a ton of cool shit back there. But like it was like set up for living. Like I had like the solar panels and all this shit. Like it was some cool shit, but I don't have that stuff in there anymore. But I have like a bed and stuff back there. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't like camped in my car since I think the last time I went camping in my car was September of 21. Yeah, it's been a bit. Um it feels like such a specific thing. Like if you enjoy poetry, I feel like you're inclined to create it, like watching sex but never having it. Will the hot tub be bad for your knee? Would all the heat make your inflammation temporarily worse? You know what? It very much could, but um, I will also have a pool there. But the hot tub, like everything else, I'm sure it'll feel good while I'm in it, and then when I get out, it'll kind of fucking feel like shit. But the rest of my body is just like, put me in a fucking hot tub. Like, okay, knee, like you've been fucking getting all the attention around here, but the rest of us need some fucking love, and it's kind of like a treat yourself day. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Man, I have really missed the desert lately. And I'm very much missing the wildlife out there, not the rats, but everything else. Um, and like I saw an ad today for Bud Light Chiladas with tahini, and I'm like, oh, fuck me, dude. Like, let me get a bunch of those. Let me sit in a fucking pool in the hot fucking sun and just turn chestnut brown and drink that shit down. Um, so I'm really fucking looking forward to it. And I'm gonna be filming a bunch of stuff. I just don't know if I'm gonna have good enough internet out there to post stuff. So let me see here. To the tune of breaking the law. Sleep in your car. Sleep in your car. Meow. Yeah, I could do that with anything. I'll do it with the next one now here. Um, so true about the treat yourself. Treat yourself. Meow. Yeah, I can do it with anything. Has surgery happened? No. I'm still waiting on insurance approval on the second MRI where they have to do the dye and all that shit. But with the physical therapy that I've been doing, I've lost an inch on the swelling. So I'm hoping that like soon, even if they won't give me the dye for the MRI, that they will at least approve another MRI without the dye, and my knee will be small enough to go in the machine and have them be able to actually see what's going on. Film some scorpions if you find any. I already got the black light up and running, dude. So that is fucking happening. Like that is going to be like a whole video. Like very excited about that. I need to grab your desert chapbook. Is it coldest beer in the desert in the RV? Um, the um, the desert chapbooks, Death by Datura and shit, what was the other one? Off the Grid. Those are more about like living on the property in the RV and that kind of shit. And then Mart, Coldest Beer in the Desert, PO Box 3054, and Last Chance for Gas. Those are about everything I did in the desert that was not at my property. And so it's kind of like I don't know, like me being a consumer in the desert. I don't know if that makes any sense, but those were those. Like, I mean, I was there for a bit, so I have quite a bit of desert stuff. I have not done Datura, but there was a ton of it. And I don't know why, but it grows on the side of the roads. It doesn't grow inland from the highway or anything like that, but it grows all over the highway, like on the side of the highway. I've never understood why that's the only place it is. If you guys know, like, tell me why that is. Last Chance Texaco, basically. Nice. Oh, you have a book heading your way right now from the last scavenger hunt you won. So keep a lookout for that. That should be hitting you pretty soon. Psychedelic Hitchhiker. Oh man. Okay, so I am probably going to split here in a minute because I want to try to get another podcast in the can before it gets too late here and I still have a ton of crap to do. And I have to put that up on Etsy. Don't let me forget, guys. Oh, that was a lot. Oh, man, emotional day here, guys. Emotional day. Faux real. Yeah, see you soon, Adam. Thank you. All right, guys. Do you guys have any questions or anything like that before I take off here? No, thank you for keeping me company. Fuck, man. And I got to get caught up on a bunch of bookishness stuff too. Yeah, I will be sending pictures. I will be showing you guys all the stuff. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and call it and split. So take care, guys. I will talk to you soon.